All right, tonight we're out here in the 30s, and my son and my wife want to roast some marshmallows, to be honest with you, so I'm going to build a fire. But I'm going to start out by talking about the tinder we use and the methods we use. I'm of the opinion that if you're in a survival situation and you need a fire, however you can get that fire lit is the best method for you to use. And if you got a big lighter in your pocket, and that's what you know how to use, and that's what you're good with, then use it. But and if you can do a bow drill with your shoelace and some sticks you can pick up off the ground, hey, that's great for you. But anybody will tell you, whatever method you use, it needs to be very consistent. You need to know that you're going to be able to get it done. Like with the bow drill, ideal weather conditions often are needed because it's a very difficult way to start a fire. With a big lighter, one drop of water, one snowflake, whatever, one drop of sweat off your brow, it hits that striker pad and that thing's done. So I prefer a knife and a ferro rod. Generally tends to work most every time. Now, but with these, whatever you use for tinder is very important. What I have here is a little pile of dried grass that I picked up. I don't even know what species it is, but it was killed off by the frost we had last week, and it is good and dry and dead. It may or may not light. That's one thing you'll find out with tinder. Things that you think would be fantastic turn out to not be good at all. And Spanish moss is a good example of that. It's gray and dry and looks like it would just catch on fire by itself, and you can't hardly light it with anything. You can't hardly pour gas on it and light it. Here's a pile of dry pine straw, and I can tell you pine straw is a terrible tinder. With a lighter, you can get up under it and you can get it burning, but as far as trying to throw a spark on it, light it, it's not real good. Now here's some shavings off a piece of lighter that I found on the ground, and that's excellent. To me, that's that and sawgrass or broom straw, two of the best tinders there are to me. Very easy to light, pretty much one stroke, one spark hits it and it's lit. But anyway, we'll try these out. I'll try these 3 different methods out here. So first we'll try the dry grass, which again, I know pine straw is not very good. This grass may be great, may not be very good. I don't know, but we'll try it. There it goes. All right, it caught up, but then it didn't. As you saw, it went out real quick. It didn't keep itself up. Probably still a little more, got a little more moisture in it than it appeared, and it's catching up, but it's not holding the flame, which is what we'll need. So far, I would say this is not very good. Yeah, see, it just won't catch up. Well, there we go. But that's iffy. That is very iffy. I mean, you might get something on that. I mean, you couldn't throw anything on that and get it going for sure. All right, so we'll possibly, maybe. All right, and we come back over here with this dried pine straw. And like I said, you burn this stuff as a kid, rake the yard, burn it. You think, man, this stuff is great. Well, as far as throwing a spark on it with a ferro rod, it generally tends to not be that great. Once again, it's trying to light up, but then it goes right back out pretty quick. I'll put this other grass I got on here, see if I can keep it going. But finally. We got it going. That took a lot of work. more work than I'd want to do. And be honest with you, it's in the 30s out here right now, which is cold temperatures make it a little more difficult to build a fire. But it's a very nice night. It's very dry, so we're not dealing with moisture. If it was moist out here, probably never would have got that going. Let's put that up. All right, let's compare the difference between that, and now we'll move over to this sawdust from a piece of fat lighter. Where's my pine cone? Okay. I was gonna show the usage of some pine cones for how they work. Once you get your tinder lit, a dry pine cone, nothing better. Put it on there, it kind of blocks the wind off if there is any. It'll catch up real good, and it'll burn for a long time. So it's a real good something to put on top of a burning tinder pile. But anyway, let's watch the difference in this stuff. All right, there's one strike. It's lit. It's going to burn. It'll burn long enough probably for me to walk in here and get this pine cone. Okay, if we put these pine cones down here and get that started, and then see, this pine cones catch up just super quick. And then we can just start building our fire hut around it. These, boy, I mean, they'll burn. All right, now I'm gonna let that catch up a little bit. Now, one other thing, like I said, there is no shame in trying to build a fire if you need one for a survival situation. And this is from a previous video I did. This is just some cotton balls soaked in Vaseline. I'm gonna tell you, if you have this with you, this is what you use. Push a few of these out. Put that down there. Because it's soaked in Vaseline, which is a waxy candle-like substance, I may have needed to spread them out. They got so compact in that. Because it's such a hard, waxy kind of substance, but it is flammable. The cotton balls hardly burn at all. I mean, this thing just sits here and burns like a candle. And I'm serious, that thing will sit there as long as you need to get something on it, to get it caught up. That thing will burn for a very long time. But anyway, a little bit on fire starting.